All right, everyone, it's time for today's first video here. I'm going to read a little bit of this verbatim because it's pretty funny. From Nazi Germany, of course, you have to drag the Nazis in with anything Trump related, to Trump's America, why strong men rely on women at home. Fascist regimes push narratives of domestic bliss, yet relied on women's unpaid labor. In the US today, womanosphere influencers promote the same fantasies. That's the title. That's all anyone read, by the way. Link in the description, archived. Of course, you can read through it if you want, but it's basically just a bunch of gunk. Here's my thoughts. Women and men, doesn't matter, should do what they want to do. If a woman wants to work, she should work. If she wants to tend the house and do the cottagecore thing, take care of the kids, make the dinner, massage her, husband's feet or whatever, she should be able to do that as well. It is up to men. The provenance of war and things like that is for men. Hate to say it, sorry gals, but we're the ones that kill and fight and things like that. In order to protect women, in order to protect children, in order to do the things that need to be done. If a woman wants to enter the workforce or something like that, she should never be prevented from doing so. She shouldn't have to, also. That's the other part. Men have to take one for the team, so to speak. We have to be the ones that provide. We have to be the ones that protect. There is no other alternative, biologically speaking. If a woman wishes to enter the workforce again or anything like that, she has full latitude to do so. We have equal rights these days, supposedly. Uh, you'll quickly learn how equal those rights are, whether you're rich or whether you're poor. But other than that, for the most part, we've, made up for lost time. Women should be able to do what they want to do. But I see the left, they treat women like chattel, actually. It's the left that's doing that. It's not the right. The right is like, hey, I want a cottagecore existence, and, if my wife wants to wear, prairie dresses or something like that, perfectly fine. Go ahead, tend to the kids, tend to the fire, make dinner or whatever. I'm making the money. And it's all very, very free, if that makes sense. On the left, though, you've got this huge backlash against the concept that a woman can simply be a woman and fall into that traditionalistic role. If she wants to do that, of course, it's her choice. But some women want that. They want the man to make the money, and they will prepare the food. They will clean the house. They will, rub your feet and stuff like that. But it's what they want. It's their choice. The left, meanwhile, chuffs at this and says, well, that's terrible. This is not women's liberation. No, women's liberation is the woman should be doing what she wants to do. And men and women will tend to associate with one another based on their desires. So you'll have one dude. He wants to be a stay-at-home dad. He wants to watch the kids and make the dinner and stuff like that. You'll have another relationship where it's very even-keeled. So both of the parents are working, they do their own thing, and so forth. And then you'll have relationships where the dude makes the money, and he does expect that the woman is going to pull weight, but he doesn't expect her to work. At least in the economic sense. All of these arrangements and any other that they happen to have are all perfectly acceptable. I personally do not agree with the concept that every woman has to work, or that every man has to work, or that both of them have to work. I think that it's more, it's pick and choose. If a man and a woman get together in a relationship, right? They should be able to work out exactly how their dynamic is going to be. It could be that both of them work. It could be that one of them works. In some cases, it could be that neither of them works and they're just drawing off of welfare or something like that. Each to their own, I suppose, although I don't necessarily agree with the latter. But that's basically the way that it is. And this is the way that it's been for a very long time, too. If you look back in history, typically speaking, the average dynamic is that the man is tilling the fields or doing some sort of labor, and the woman is raising the kids, maybe making dinner, although personally, I prefer to cook for myself because I cook very well. But there are other dynamics that are available as well. In some cases, you have a woman who is the one who is the primary breadwinner, and the man is the one taking care of the kids or something like that. I just don't understand the problem. I'm looking at this article. It's like, oh my God, Donald Trump is basically a Nazi because he's supporting traditionalistic roles for women. What is wrong with those? Is there anything particularly wrong with a woman wanting to stay home and cook the food and take care of the kids? Is this a bad thing? I mean, it seemed to work for thousands of years because that was, typically the norm. The men would go off to war, or they'd be out in the fields 12 hours a day. And that's part of being a man. We have to take that initiative, work hard. We have to make money in order to feed the home. And that's sort of the biological norm of men. Now, in some cases, of course, again, there will be situations where the woman is the one doing that. It may not be biologically normal, but if that makes her happy, who cares? It makes absolutely no difference. But I notice I don't see a lot of people on the right saying that there's something terribly wrong with the woman working. And they may joke about the man. He's like a kept man and he's the stay-at-home dad and stuff. It's like, aha, cock and stuff like that. There may be some joking, some jostling going on. But I see much more, again, link in the description, I see much more backlash against the concept of a traditional style of relationship from the left. It is sheer. It is extreme, actually. Uh, when you look at it, the left is far more intolerant than the right with regards to gender roles in some cases. In some cases, it's like, well, women, you shouldn't be, doing anything, basically. You should just stay at home. I mean, it's almost a right-wing view when you think about it. It's like, oh, why are you working and stuff like that. Or if you're not working, then you're disempowered and there's something wrong with it. It's like women really can't get a break. When you really think about it, it's the women that are being ground down by the left. I mean, they do the same thing to men as well. Which am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to be strong, empowered man, bring in all of the money and not expect anything in return other than, I don't know, maybe sex or something like that? Or am I supposed to be an effete sort of hipsterish dude and put my hair up in a man bun and just say, well, you can make the money? Which am I supposed to do? Because you're giving mixed signals all of the time. The worst part, though, is that they give these mixed signals to women as well. They also give it to children. Is the child supposed to be, have youthful indiscretions and rebellion and stuff like that? Or are they supposed to toe the line and listen to whatever the government has to say? Put the face diaper on and stuff like that. It's not entirely clear. The right wing is fairly open about these things. The left wing is not open about these things. It's impossible to navigate the Scylla and Charybdis that is leftism because on the one hand, the woman should be empowered, but on the other hand, the man should be taking the fore. These two things cannot generally coexist. I suppose the idea is that both of them will, commit to the economy, and therefore you get more tax money. I have a feeling that economics has something to do with it. That's about all. Peace out.